KSAM Huntsville, broadcasting live from the Wiesner Huntsville studios. We are your hometown radio station, playing today's best country and all your favorites. 101.7 KSAM.
This is the Huntsville Hornets High School Football Countdown to Kickoff, sponsored by Texas True Comfort Heating and Cooling. Here's Brian Adams and the voice of the Hornets, Carlos Zimmerman.
And a pleasant good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you back to the Hornet Nation Coaches Show live at Chick-fil-A in Huntsville this evening, whether you're tuning in on the FM airwaves on KSAM or watching it tonight on the KSAM YouTube channel. Glad to have you with us wherever you may be. Really, it's the true Coaches Show tonight because it's an all-coaches kind of show here this evening. The players get a week off this week, just like they're coming off the bye week this week. But joining us, as always, here at the top of the show is the head honcho himself, head coach Rodney Southern. Those of you in the crowd tonight, let's give him a big round of applause. Coach, how are you, sir?
I'm good.
Glad to have you back here on the show as always. Coach, well, not much to really look back on as the guys had the week off this last week, but now you get a chance to look ahead at this big matchup on Friday. But the bye week, how did it go, and just how the practices go that went along with it?
Well, we had a really good week. We gave them, we didn't have school last Monday, so we gave them Monday off, and we came in Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and we try to take advantage of the open week. We bring our freshmen, JV, and varsity and practice everybody together. It gives us a week to kind of project where a freshman may be a year from now, but it also gets him the opportunity to work with his position coach and with the varsity guys. So we did that Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and then we had an opportunity to see Lake Creek live against Brian Rudder, and we also got to see Richmond Randall versus Montgomery. So we got to see two of the three teams that we've got coming up. So it was a very productive, and then we came in Saturday morning and finished up practice and our game plan, and we had a great day today. The weight room early this morning was really good, and we had a good practice. Of course, it's getting cooler, and obviously, kids usually got a little bit more bounce and when it gets a little cooler like that.
So talking about Lake Creek, obviously a lot of success this season, historically a successful program. They got a win over Rudder, like you mentioned, and just what did you see from them whenever y'all were scouting from them, of course, as much as you can divulge?
Well, the big thing we were really looking at, the running back was injured, I think 3 weeks ago officially. He had surgery on his hand, and that was one of the first things we were looking for. He did not play, but he didn't have any cast or braces on his hand, so there's probably a good chance we may see him back Friday night. They have an open week after us, so they may not risk that. But just to see them live, they're a good football team. Pat's done a great job there of building it the right way. They took some early lumps playing with young guys, but now they're at a point now where they've got the numbers. Their numbers are very similar to our numbers in terms of program. So, but they are a very talented team. They've had a lot of success the last 2 years, and we're going to have to play really, really well.
So let's start with the offense real quick. It's been sound throughout the year. It's had its ups and downs, but it's really on the ups right now despite the tough outing against Rudder. Just how do you think your offense stacks up against Lake Creek's defense?
Well, the big thing is, the two guys that immediately jump out to me is they have a linebacker, he's number 0, and they have what we call a monster back who's number 7, and they do a lot of stuff with those two guys. And it creates problems because they're not always where you expect them to be. And they get involved in the run, especially the monster guy, because it's hard to actually account for him at the line of scrimmage. So, but they've been pretty solid defensively. They run to the ball, and the thing that I've been the most impressed, they tackle extremely well in space. They'll play a lot of man coverage, so we're going to have some opportunities to throw the ball and get some people open. Now the question is, can you protect and can you throw and catch? But we've lived and died right now with the run game, and we're going to continue to try to run the football. But they've been good against the run. They've given up some plays in the secondary, and we hope we can take advantage of that. But again, they're defensively they've been solid. How well they tackle in space is probably the most impressive thing.
Now, it's a great segue into my next question, talking about the running game. Trayshawn Brown, he's been a little up and down lately. A couple great games this year, but he's had some down ones as well where you've seen Braylon Phillips go out there and play well. Just how do you get your young sophomore running back to the level that you want him to be at?
Well, I think the biggest thing is consistently playing, but at the same time, it's hard for a running back to go out there and carry the ball 35, 40 times. And the good thing with us, I feel very comfortable handing the ball to Braylon or to Trayshawn. So just getting consistent, and some of that comes with our offensive line playing as consistent as they can play, and then us making plays outside of the run game to allow our run game to be more successful. But I think Trayshawn and Braylon will both have big nights because they've practiced well, they've done all the things, and they had a really good open week.
Now, flipping to the defense, where do you feel that the defense is at this point in the season, and which phase of it looks the strongest when you look at Lake Creek's offense?
Well, I think offensively, their offensive line is probably one of the strongest points of Lake Creek. They're very experienced. They're solid all the way across. All 5 of them have played a good bit. They've got one young one in there, but he's probably 6'2", 3-ish, and probably 280. So even though he's young, he's still a big kid. So, they do a lot of things offensively, but they're things that you kind of know they're coming. Now, the big question, obviously, if the running back plays, that changes the dynamic a little bit because, I think he's special. He's a difference maker in a lot of ways, but the things they do with him. Now, the quarterback rolled his ankle the other night. That was another injury that we kind of kept our eye on. He played the first couple series, rolled his ankle, and he didn't play the rest of the game. So I'm sure he's nursing that, and they're taking care of that week. But, number 12 came in, a younger kid that, did a really good job against Brian Rutter. So, but the thing for us, I think when you look at us defensively at all 3 levels, I think we've had pretty consistent play at all 3 levels. I don't think there's a level that sticks out more than the other. I think we've tackled well in space all year, even early in the year against some of the bigger 6A teams. I still thought we tackled well. Now, I think we've got to be better this week. True pass rush, especially if the quarterback plays and his ankles. He's not going to run as much, you would hope. So we've got to do a good job pass rushing, and when we do blitz, we've got to go get him.
Injury report for you guys. What's the overall health going into this big game?
Well, actually, we're, hopefully by Friday we will be as healthy as we've been all year. I mean, everybody's in pretty good shape. JT had a little gimp in an ankle, but hopefully he'll be okay. But everybody else is full go. Everybody else practiced today, and we should be good to go.
Coach, this trip isn't as horrendous as some of the other road trips. It's just a little trip down 45 for you guys down to Montgomery. But Lake Creek always tends to have a good showing and a good atmosphere there. So what has been your message to the guys as they go into this, big ball game with an atmosphere
well,
like
the biggest thing I showed them this morning, I pulled about 8 or 9 plays from various games where Lake Creek's made mistakes. And, every football team makes mistakes, but sometimes when you're 7-0 or 8-0 and those mistakes kind of get covered up. And I wanted our kids to see, the quarterback took a sack, they fumbled a couple times, and just things that, that you see that, okay, this is just a normal football team. They're very well coached. They're very disciplined in what they do. And like I said earlier, I think Pat's done a really good job there. So, we've got to just focus on what we need to do to be effective and play a lot cleaner game than we played against Brian Rutter, because that was a penalty fest, and we all know that. But I think overall, just playing on the road, I don't worry too much about on the road. Our kids have handled road stuff pretty easy. The big thing is just, can we match them score for score or stop for stop, whatever it ends up being, because it's not going to be an up and down game. It's going to have peaks and valleys, and we just got to be able to handle when we're on a peak and then handle when we're in a valley.
Coach, you're halfway through district, 3-0. Let's just say for what it is, you're in the fight for the district crown at this point in the season. Has this team exceeded the expectations that you had for them at the start of the season?
Well, I think if you ask now I would probably answer it different than I probably did, 3 or 4 weeks ago. I thought, and I don't look back a lot, but, you take away a couple turnovers, we beat Belton. I think if we play as consistent as we played against Bryan the week before against A&M, I think we give A&M all they want and maybe win that game. So we'd be sitting here, instead of 4-3, we'd be 6-1 or 6-2, depending on what happened in the other games. But we thought as a staff that this team would develop as we went along. We're still young when you look at us number-wise, but our seniors that are here that are playing are big contributors to our team. But I think at this point they haven't exceeded expectations. I think if you ask them, they're going to tell you they want to be the district champion, and we've got to beat teams like Lake Creek in order to do that.
All right, Coach. Now we'll pivot to a different segment here, since it's a little bit of a unique show tonight, where it's truly a Hornet Nation coaches show with just the coaches. I don't get to do this very often. I don't get to throw the rapid fire towards the coaches' way very often. So we're going to do it here with our first guy, Coach Southern. So Coach Parham, Coach Bo, y'all be ready for when that comes your way. So, but Coach, I'll just ask a couple things for you. So far, you've been here at Huntsville since 2013. 2014?
2014 was my first season.
What's your fondest memory so far, being the AD and head coach?
Ooh. It's hard to top Friday a week ago, standing there when Enter the Sandman came on. And I knew the lights were going to blink. I told the kids the lights were going to blink. But, that feeling that I got in my stomach for a split second, just knowing, number one, what everybody was about to see, and the fact that these kids, but more importantly, when I got home, my son was at home and he was awake, and he was excited about the entrance to the game. So that's got to be one of them. Watching my own kid throw 3 touchdowns against Manville and NRG is a pretty good one too.
Yeah, that's a good one too for sure. Besides, Huntsville ISD Stadium and maybe NRG, is there another favorite place that you've played a ball game at in your entire career that you just enjoyed?
Well, the state championship game at Texas Stadium is pretty good, but the Star in Frisco, beating Marshall there, I had a lot of family there, and a lot of people obviously on the other side of that game that I worked with, and to play in that environment is pretty sweet too, and obviously to beat a team that you used to coach and beat them the way we had to beat them probably that's a pretty good one too.
Now I'll flip that. Do you have a least favorite place that you've traveled to?
I hate Trailer Stadium anymore. We have the other night, or the last Saturday or Saturday 2 weeks ago, we played really well. But other than that, we have not played well there. The turf is not in real good shape, and that is a miserable bus ride no matter how you go. So I don't enjoy that one very much.
I'm right there with you, Coach. Hopefully on this next realignment we'll catch some breaks and maybe not have to go there. Do you have a favorite college or pro team to watch on the weekends?
I like watching Alabama, and everybody kind of probably either loves them or hates them. I love the fact that, and I tell our kids this all the time, and I believe this, when we go to a game, I'm going to dress exactly like all of our coaches. We're all going to look alike. I don't ever want to be singled out, and I love the fact Nick Saban is going to dress just like all of his other guys, and I love it when he gets a little fired up and chews on people, but, the guy, if you look at his history, all he does is win.
Yeah, that's right. Now, you have a lot of former players in the college ranks right now, and I'll highlight one of them in Tavondre Sweat at UT. He's having a great year so far and, has some NFL upside to it. Just what is that feeling for you when you see your former players out there on the college gridiron, especially playing at a high level?
Well, it's exciting when you know that, number one, in Tavondre's case, is a good example. Tavondre's already got his degree. Tavondre, assuming no injury, knock on wood, probably will be a first or second round draft pick. He's going to have an opportunity to help not only his family but help himself. Jalen Griffin caught a touchdown the other day for Central Florida. He's already got his degree. Ahmad Murray, last highlights I saw at Stephen F. had a couple touchdowns on block punts. He's already got his degree. Jordan Brown started the other night for North Texas, and I heard he had 7 or 8 tackles. He's just about finished with his degree. So not only are they playing and having success, but several of them have already got their college degree, which is going to take them a lot further than football is probably going to take them.
Absolutely. All right, some quick ones your way. Before a ball game, do you have anything you listen to that just gets you pumped up, or you just let Enter Sandman take care of business once y'all take the field?
Well, I used to get on the track and try to walk a couple miles before just to get rid of nervous energy, but as I've gotten older, I go in my office and shut the door, and I don't listen to a whole lot. I'm not as cool as all these young guys anymore, so my deal is just making sure that I've got my part of the job that's going to happen on a Friday night, that I've got it done, and then following the schedule, it's usually hurry up and wait.
There you go. There you go. Do you have a favorite movie or TV show of all time?
Yeah, my wife's probably going to have a stroke when I say this, but I'm a Chevy Chase guy, so probably Vacation.
Okay.
The original Vacation has got to be a classic. I'm also a little bit of a Rodney Dangerfield. Caddyshack's a pretty good one, too. And my son and them can't figure out when it comes on. I can sit there and kind of recite almost every line that happens in it, which is probably bad on my part, but to me, those are classics because you can watch them 50 times and you like them every time you watch them.
That's right. Are you a big coffee drinker at all?
I have had one sip of coffee when my dad was, when we used to go fishing. I can't stand the smell of coffee. And my wife makes it at 5 o'clock every morning, and I can't stand the smell of it.
Well, that's a perfect segue into our last question here. How'd you and your wife Claire meet?
It's a long, kind of crazy story. Her friend was a friend of mine, but actually her dad and my dad lived in a little small country town in Louisiana, and they actually lived right down the road from each other. Now, obviously our paths didn't cross for a long time after that, but Claire had a mutual friend, and she was with her friend that night, and I happened to be with my friend that night, and 33 years later, the rest is history. So
there you go. There you go. Coach, as I always let the players give some shout-outs. Anybody you want to give a shout-out to?
Another big one for our student section last Friday night. I don't hear a lot of what happens in the stand, but when I listen for when they have a penalty and our student section starts that, you can't do that. Mm-hmm. And I know that's a simple thing, but just like before we left to come up here tonight, the little junior high 7th graders are playing, and they had a little student section, and I could hear them. And I don't know what they were yelling, and they did not know what they were yelling, but just the idea that, that's something that we had it at Sam Houston, but it's just not the same when you have your own place and you're sitting right on top of it. So all the students that were in that student section last Friday night, be there this Friday, but for sure be there next Friday at the last home game against Brenham.
Absolutely. Coach, as always, appreciate your time. Y'all give it up for head coach Rodney Southern. We will continue on with this special edition of the Hornet Nation Coaches Show. Coming up next, joining us from the offensive staff is wide receivers coach Corey Parham, coming up after the break here on the Hornet Nation Coaches Show.
Hey y'all, Josh Ward here for Bill Fick Ford in Huntsville. Good country music and Ford trucks just go hand in hand. And for the best customer service, the place to go is Bill Fick Ford. Not only do they offer a great selection of inventory, it's a great place to do business. And at Bill Fick Ford, our first responders, our veterans, and active military always receive an appreciation bonus. Stop in today for the best deals on a new Ford F-150 or build your own while the order bank is open. Shop online at BillFickFordHuntsville.com.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no! You need to get to WC Auto Center. Since 1997, the pros at WC Auto Center speak perfect car language, and they'll quickly find and fix what's wrong. Cutting-edge diagnostics, expert, experienced technicians, unparalleled service. You can trust WC Auto Center to get to the root of the problem and get you back on speaking terms with your car. Fast! WC Auto Center. They'll turn oh no, oh no, oh no into
all right, all right, all right.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here on the Hornet Nation Coaches Show, live from Chick-fil-A in Huntsville on a very nice, cool Monday night. Coach, I mean, the weather's just been absolutely phenomenal as of late, and I know it's great for you guys out there on the field as well. We're all enjoying it, and hopefully it stays this way for the foreseeable future. Joining us now, if you're just joining us here on the special edition of the Hornet Nation Coaches Show, wide receivers coach Corey Parham. Y'all give it up for Coach Parham. Coach Parham, how are you, sir?
Fine, glad to be here.
Am I saying that right?
Yes.
Okay, good deal, good deal. I was scared I wasn't going to say that right. But anyway, so I talked with you a little bit before coming on the air here, but to let the folks know that are maybe tuning in may not know a lot about you, how'd your journey begin here at Huntsville?
This is my fourth season here, and actually my third time coaching with Coach Southern. I've been knowing Coach for 35 years. He was an assistant coach at Louisiana Tech, and I played there. I worked with him at Marshall High School, followed him to Belton, and then when he came to Huntsville, I was coming, but I had a daughter still in high school, and I didn't want to move her, and so I stayed. And once she graduated, I made the move here.
Good deal. All right. So having your background as a player at La Tech and then, bouncing around in the coaching ranks, when did you know that coaching was going to be the route for you once you got done with your playing career?
Well, I've always wanted to be a coach. My mom's a retired coach, and that's something I think around the 7th grade that I decided, once I finished playing, that I wanted to coach.
And now you told me you've bounced around, you've been a head coach, you've been an offensive coordinator, now you're coaching wide receivers here at Huntsville. Just what made you gravitate to the wideouts?
That's what I played in college.
Okay.
And so when I got my first job, as a wide receiver.
What do you enjoy about it most?
Watching the kids grow, watching them get better.
There you go. That's all you can ask for. So let's talk about your kids real quick. You got quite the cast of characters there in the wide receiver corps. Savion Conte, Peyton Pryor, Hunter Lorenz, Melton Green III, Josh Stanley, amongst others. Just what's impressed you so much about your receiving corps so far this year?
Their improvement. Last year a couple of those guys had to play, and they were young, and they struggled. But this year, I think if you've watched them throughout the year, they've gotten better every week. Savion, Peyton, Melton Green III, who came over from the defensive side, every week they've gotten better. So I've been pleased with that.
I want to highlight Third real quick. He's just, he's turned it up to a whole new level this year as a wide receiver. Just talk to me about him specifically and just the process getting him up to this new level of play.
Well, he always had the ability. Again, he was on the other side of the football. This spring, Coach Southern made the decision to bring him, to let me have him. And he's grown a lot. He's matured a lot. He keeps you on your toes, But, he's one of the ones I've been pleased with. I thought even today as a group, they had one of their better practices. They were focused, and especially he was.
So you talked about improvement being the theme for you as a coach. Just where do you feel like there's room to improve with the 3 games that remain?
There's going to come a time where we're going to have to win a game. They're going to take the run away from us. We're going to go out and make some big plays and win a game. So we got to be ready for that.
Right. Now, when you're in that ball game and you're in the mix of just all the, the noise that's around you and talking with your guys, what's the chemistry of your group like from your perspective when it comes to interacting with the rest of the offense?
They're okay, and what I tell them a lot, on a Friday night, my main goal is I want to sit around. If you come out and watch me at practice, I'm kind of loud and, moving around. Friday nights, I want to sit back, watch you play, correct you here and there. But the main thing, go out, play for each other, protect each other as a group.
That's right. That's really the attitude really the whole team ought to have, through the whole way. Looking at Lake Creek and their secondary, is there anything that stands out to you about their wide receivers? Their corners and safeties?
They run well, and Coach Southern mentioned they tackle well in space. They'll come up and challenge you, but, again, there's going to come a time where we're going to have to step up and make plays, and so I can't think of any better game than this game this weekend.
Right. Is there somebody in your wide receiver corps that you're hoping that, has that, huge game for you guys to help, elevate the team to a victory?
Every single one of them.
There you go.
Every single one of them. You never know when your time's going to be called, so every single one of them.
That's right. Just, from your perspective as the wide receivers coach, mixing in with the offense, just how do your guys get it done against a really good Lake Creek squad?
We're going to have to mix it up. We're going to have to run the football, but, again, like going into the rudder game, we're going to have to be able to throw the football, too, to help the run game.
That's right. All right, Coach. Like I said, we're doing some stuff a little bit differently here on the show than we normally do. I've got some rapid fire for you as well. Do you have like a game day routine that you go through before kickoff?
I like to kind of sit and close my eyes for a little bit. You know, for some reason, even as a player, I get extremely sleepy right before the game. You know, it might be 10 minutes. I just might sit there and just close my eyes.
I mean, I wish it was that easy for me sometimes, just to be able to close my eyes before a ball game, before we broadcast it. I'm sure Brian feels the same way. Do you have a go-to meal before a ball game, or you just eat whatever's in front of you?
Whatever they serve.
There you go. There you go. Do you have any music you like to listen to before a ball game?
No.
Simple guy. That's good. That's good. What's your fondest memory from your childhood?
My first big fish. My first big fish. You know, I think I was 6 years old. I actually caught a brim, and I was playing with it, and a bass took it.
Wow.
And, you know, so I just remember screaming at my grandfather, just laughing.
Wow, that's great. How big was it exactly? Just
Fed a lot of people.
I got you. Do you have a favorite football team you like to watch? College, pros?
I'm a Steelers fan.
Okay. Steel Curtain.
And a Louisiana Tech fan.
Okay, so you've been Steelers fan. So what was your thoughts about Ben Roethlisberger being the guy for so long over there before they decided to defer to the next guy up?
Well, I think if you look at the Steelers, don't get me started on this. We talk about this. They're a consistent franchise, so they're going right now. They'll stay loyal. They'll see what Kenny Pickett can do.
Right. He's got good pieces.
He does
around him. I think they're very well being capable of being successful in the North. I know it's tough. You go from a guy that you had for 17 years, and then you have to go to the next guy up. But it's part of the game. It's all part of the game. Any college team or just?
I would say Louisiana Tech and probably Oklahoma.
Okay, Louisiana Tech. Well, we Sam Houston will see you guys in a couple of weeks. So
that's our homecoming.
Is it y'all's homecoming? Okay,
yes.
Okay. You gonna go?
No,
well, we have a game. Hey, we might have a playoff game the night before. Right. So hey, there you go. Let's see. Do you have a favorite team to watch outside of football, like a basketball, a baseball?
Basketball, Philadelphia 76ers. Okay. Baseball, the Dodgers.
Baseball, the Dodgers. Okay, I'll start with basketball. 76ers. So I grew up in the Iverson era, watching him play, and I know it's been shaky lately, but you have good guys around there like Joel Embiid, amongst other guys. Do you think the team can continue to progress in the right way?
Yes.
Okay, good deal. What about the Dodgers? Tough against
last
the Diamondbacks.
3 seasons, yeah. Last 3 seasons.
And I would say even farther than that, but championship in 2020. There's an asterisk next to it, but it's fine. Do you have any, what are some fun facts about you that others may not know about you?
I don't think I grew up in the city and just how much I really like just the country setting, the country life, and how I enjoy it here. Mm-hmm. I have buddies that, when are you going to come back to Dallas? I said, no, I don't. I think I'll be in East Texas for the rest of my life.
There you go. There you go. I came from Houston, so I understand. Coming here, I've absolutely fallen in love with this place, so that's good. You have any cool talents?
Not really.
Other than coaching good football?
Yeah.
There you go. So, forgive my ignorance. Do you teach also at Huntsville High School?
I do.
What do you teach?
Special education.
Special education. That's awesome. Talk to me a little bit about that. Just that experience.
It's challenging. I enjoy it, but it's challenging. It's a bit easier now than when I first started.
I got you. You also coach powerlifting and track at Huntsville High School, if I'm not mistaken. Just what's that been like? Powerlifting. I've always found that to be an interesting sport.
It is, and especially when you have a lot of guys like us, that throw a lot of weight around. It's interesting. I don't see how they do it. Get under some of that weight.
What's some of the biggest weights that you've seen your players put up?
Well, I can't give you the exact totals, but I know Brian Red threw up some insane amounts last year.
Okay.
Powerlifting.
Now, what about on the track front? What do you coach over there?
Sprinters.
Sprinters, okay.
And we had a pretty good year last year. We got a 4x2 out to the regional meet with all those guys coming back, so I'm looking forward to that.
Absolutely, for sure. Now, is there another position that you want to coach, or are you just gung-ho with the wide receivers?
Wide receiver.
Wide receivers. Nothing wrong with that at all. Fondest memory so far coaching with the Hornets?
My first year here, going 3 rounds deep, coming from where I was before, we struggled a lot, and so that was my first time getting back to the playoffs in like 6 years. Wow. So I enjoyed every moment of that.
There you go. And really, a couple last things for you. Just what does it mean for you to be coaching here at Huntsville High?
It's satisfying. I enjoyed it. I know I ride my guys a lot, and I ride them hard, but I enjoy watching them improve. I enjoy making them better.
All right, there you go. Coach Parham, before I let you go, anybody you want to give a shout-out to?
Just my receiver corps. That's it.
There you go. Y'all give it up for Coach Parham. Appreciate you, Coach, coming on here this evening. We'll step aside and take a break. We'll flip over to the defensive side of thing, and I've been looking forward to this entire show all day as he clunks his head on the Coke bottles over his head. That's I think we should start a counter in the upper corner of the stream how many times people do that. Either way, we got Coach Cole Bohannon joining us next here on the Hornet Nation Coaches Show.
Now's the time to get a great deal on a Kubota Z200 Series mower with the new K-Ride Comfort System. The Series delivers a quality cut and an exceptional ride. Right now, get a Kubota Z200 Series mower with the K-Ride Comfort System for 0 down, 0% APR for 36 months. Now through December 31st. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Stop in a Huntsville Truck and Tractor today, conveniently located at 2124 Highway 30 East in Huntsville, or call us at 936-291-8103.
Tim Rushing here with Charlie's Used Cars. If you have not been by to see the great selection of quality pre-owned vehicles we have in stock, do yourself a favor and come see us at 230 I-45 South in Huntsville. Charlie's Used Cars is a family-owned and operated business serving the auto needs for 50 years with superior customer service. Besides quality vehicles, Charlie's also has a service center where we can help with your auto repair needs and routine service and state inspections. Come by and see us or visit us online at charliesusedcars.com. Charlie's Used Cars, 230 I-45 South in Huntsville. Come see us.
Back here on the Hornet Nation Coaches Show, live from Chick-fil-a in Huntsville, whether you're tuning in on the FM airwaves on KSAM or watching the show tonight on the KSAM YouTube channel, which you can also watch on demand as we come off the air this evening. Thank you for joining us here tonight. All right, joining us now from the defensive staff, one of my favorite guys on the staff, don't tell the other ones, well, it's too late now, linebackers coach Cole Bohannon, or as we call him, Bo. Y'all give it up for Bo. Bo, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing good.
Glad to have you here on the show tonight. So, get a little background on you for those who may not know much about you. How did your journey begin here at Huntsville High?
This is my third year. I actually applied for a job at the junior high, and the coordinator then called me and said, whenever you get done with your tests, give me a call. So I did, and not going to lie to you, didn't really get a response. So then I saw another job come open. I applied for it, and then Coach Southern called me, and I kind of came and interviewed with him straight over from Shepherd where I was at.
Wow.
And I told him I don't have any interview clothes. He said, that's all right. Just come over and what you got. So it kind of started from there, and, I started as a freshman D-line coach, and then my second year I was the defensive coordinator and head coach of the freshman team, and then now I'm the varsity linebackers coach.
There you go, working your way up the ranks. So let me ask you, when did you know that you wanted to get into the coaching biz?
I played sports all throughout, my school days. I played college baseball, so coaching was something that I kind of was instilled in me. My dad was a coach. He only did it for 5 years, and then he got into the administration side of it. So I kind of knew then that I wanted to do it. My dad always told me not to get into teaching and coaching, but I didn't listen to him, which is kind of normal sometimes.
Nah, that tends to be the case sometimes. So you work with the linebacker corps, as mentioned. Just what do you think when you look at it? Because I played linebacker, and I know it's a challenging position to play because you're the second line of defense, but you also have to balance two different phases of the offense in the pass and the run. What do you think is the bigger challenge?
Really is probably the run to me, because you got to think that there's guys are 300 pounds plus coming to block you. And, more times than not, Shiloh's our biggest linebacker, and he probably weighs 210 pounds. So, the run game is tough, but if you are a linebacker, And in some of the defenses we run, our middle linebacker has to run with a receiver, and, that can get tough on someone too.
For sure. How do you think you guys have handled it so far this year?
I think we've handled it well. We are a very athletic linebacker group. With Jawan coming over from the offensive side of the ball, we all know he can run. Bug also coming from the offensive side of the ball, he runs well too. And then Shiloh is more of our bruiser guy. But little do people know, Shiloh can run with most people as well. So I feel like we're pretty athletic in that aspect of it.
So let's take a look at your personnel. To me, another big thing is that you got a lot of depth at linebacker as well, and gobs of talent. You mentioned Shiloh, Jawan coming from the offense, McCorrick as well, but the second stringers have been impressive too this year when they're called upon. Gage Doris, who's a two-sport athlete, Destin Zapoli, Keandre Coleman had a pick six against Lamar Consolidated. Just aside from what you've already mentioned, what do you like most out of that linebacker core?
Very intelligent. They are very good, students of the game. They love to watch film. They love to see what's going to happen next. There's sometimes you'll hear Shiloh. Of course, I don't hear him too much because I'm in the press box, but he will call out a play. And the offense, most times offensive guys don't like that. So, but Zapoli's came in, stepped in a couple times, and, he's made plays. He's 153 pounds, but, he makes plays. And then Keandre had 2 picks. He had 2 picks and I think 7 snaps against Lamar Consolidated. That's pretty good numbers right there. And then Gage, he came to us later in the year. Very athletic kid, very smart. Also has a little bit of crazy in him. He, sometimes likes to talk to himself whenever he's getting pumped up. So it's just kind of fun to watch those kids.
For sure. Now let's highlight the main guy, Shiloh. Obviously, he's the one that stands out on paper, the stat sheet, when he's out there on the field. He's the one that you look to, big 1-0. And his love for the sport, I've noticed, it really translates to the field. What can you say about Shiloh that hasn't already been said?
Most people know this. He is a character. He loves to talk. I'm the type of guy that, I kind of tell him how it is for the most part. He likes to hear his own voice sometimes, which – sometimes that's not a bad thing. He's very confident, and I enjoy that in him. And, if there's something that he has a question about, he's going to ask me or Coach Dell. Or even if it's something with the safeties, like maybe he doesn't know what's going on right there, he'll ask the safeties, Coach Brazil, or he'll ask Coach Shirley. I mean, he's a student of the game, and a lot of people don't probably think that, but he is very – very good about that.
As Coach Southern says, a football player, without a doubt. So talk about the rest of the defense with the guys up front and the guys behind your linebacker core. How do you think the chemistry meshes well as a whole?
I think it's been very good. To give up 0 points against Lamar Consolidated and then turn around and give up 3 points against Rudder, that's very hard to do. So I think we have meshed well. We had a couple guys injured at the beginning of the season. Now they're back. We have Isaiah Collins got moved to safety whenever Jacob Ruffin went down, which was a terrible thing. But Isaiah stepped in and he's taken over that safety position. And I think the D line were very, very deep, and then the linebacker crew were deep too. All around, those kids, laugh and joke, but they know when it's time to be serious.
It's good. It's always when you have a good team like that. So looking at the opponent, Lake Creek obviously has a lot of talent offensively. They're banged up in some critical spots, but what stands out to you on film about the Lions?
They're very fundamentally sound. They're not going to shoot themselves in the foot. And I tell our guys, starting last week during the open week, and I know it's a tough thing to do, but I told them, I said, we got to be perfect. We got to come to work every day like we're going to win a district championship. And I think they've bought into that the last couple days. We had Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of last week, and, Monday today, and I thought we had one of the best practices we've had all year. So I think they're ready. I think they've kind of bought into what us coaches are telling them, and they're just trying to get better every day.
Good deal. All right, time to dive into your rapid fire, Bo. So let me ask you, What do you do right before a ball game that just, gets you into the right mindset or even gets you hyped up?
I mean, I don't really listen to a whole lot of music. Whatever's playing on the stadium, that's usually what I listen to. I also drive the trailer, so I have to unload some stuff.
Right.
So, I mean, I get my small workout in before the game starts.
Get the blood pumping a bit.
Yeah. So, and then I'm in the box, so I just got to make sure that, I'm watching, the defensive front and what the offense is doing. So I don't really have any pregame rituals other than, make sure I'm prepared.
Right, there you go. So I guess that would answer the fact that you don't have any superstitions that you have before a ball game.
I'm a very superstitious person. I played baseball, so some of the coaches that didn't play baseball kind of, make fun of me. But on a Friday at lunch, if we're winning, 5 Loaves is where we're going.
5 Loaves.
And that's a sponsorship if you want to get on that one. 5 Loaves, if you're listening. I'm that type of person. Whenever I was in high school and college, I wore the same socks. They were washed, but I wore them, the same sliders, same cleats. I'm a superstitious person. I don't step on foul lines. I don't step on lines on the football field.
Huh.
That's how I am.
There you go. A fond memory from your childhood or your playing career?
My senior year of high school, I played football and baseball. I got to play quarterback my senior year. Was a fun thing to do. I've never been able to do that, but my dad, played college football and played quarterback in college. Actually played at SAM. So, being able to do that was kind of fun. And then being able to go to the next level was definitely a fond memory.
Now, I know you and I have had this conversation before on long bus trips to East Texas, but just where did you go to high school and where did you play in college?
I graduated from New Waverly in 2012, and then I went to Brookhaven Junior College in Dallas. I went there for a year, and then I kind of, left and went to Blinn, just went to school, and then I came to SAM, and I walked on at SAM, Coach Deggs' first year.
Oh, wow.
Stayed for the fall, and then some stuff happened. I just kind of put my baseball career to the wayside and started getting ready for coaching.
There you go. Do you have a favorite football team, college or the pros?
I mean, I grew up watching A&M because my dad, once he blew his knee out, he kind of went to A&M and graduated from there. So I kind of watched them. I watched Sam Houston just because I graduated from there. Mm-hmm. It's been a little tough this year, but
just a touch.
First year in D1, that's understandable. Mm-hmm. So, it's other than that, I don't watch whatever team's on Sundays. I just kind of watch the game. Mm-hmm. I don't really have an NFL team.
What about your baseball?
Houston Astros.
Attaboy. It was tough earlier tonight.
Not doing too good.
No, not right now. But that's why you play a best of 7. So we'll see what we can do in Arlington for sure. Do you have a favorite meal?
Not really.
Not really.
I mean, whatever.
Just whatever's in front of you.
Yeah, I am a bigger human being, but I'm a very picky person. I don't. Whatever. If there's collard greens, I'm not eating them. Sorry,
of course not.
I can't do it. But if there's like a steak or hamburger, I'm gonna eat it.
There you go. How do you like your steak cooked?
Medium rare.
Attaboy. Hamburger. How do you like that cooked? Medium.
Anything as long as it's not raw.
There you go. That's important. Do you have any cool talents? I've known you for a little bit, so I haven't seen it yet, but if you have any.
I mean, not really.
Okay.
I just kind of.
Your talent's coaching.
Do whatever.
There you go. So you are now going to be coaching baseball coming up here in the spring. You've coached softball here at Huntsville as well. That's when I first met you on the softball diamond. So here's a twofold question. What was it like for you? Coaching softball. I mean, I know how it was, but and those girls are crazy. But and they know it too. But what was that like for you coaching with Coach Bryan, and now you're going to switch over to the baseball diamond to coach with Coach Jennings?
It was fun. We won a lot of games. That softball team is very talented. They have a chance to win a lot of games this year.
Yeah.
It was just, Coach Southern called me in, and whenever I got hired, and he was like, is it all right if you coach softball? The face I gave him could told you that I didn't want to, but I did it for the last 2 years, and it was fun. It was different.
Yeah.
I'm more of.
You're putting it lightly.
I like to coach the guy side of it. There's a little less drama.
It's true.
But, those girls are good kids.
Yes.
They are a little crazy sometimes, but, they kept me on my toes for the most part. Coach Bryan's a good coach. She has that program running good. And Coach Jennings has a great program at the baseball level. They just have a little bit tougher district. Lufkin's good.
Yep.
Kingwood Park's very good at baseball. So it's going to be tough, but we have some guys that are going to step up this year.
Now, I heard from one of my colleagues that are you going to be handling a lot of the pitching?
Yes,
on that
sir.
side
I'll
of
be
things?
pitching and coaching the catchers.
Okay,
so
good deal. What are you looking forward to on that front? A lot of
just
good talent
getting that,
over there.
yeah, just getting that camaraderie with those guys. I think we have a lot of talent with Noah Nieto behind the plate, and then Nolan Hunt behind the plate as well. Either way, we're going to be in good hands pitching wise. I think we have some guys coming back that are going to help us. So other than that, I'm just kind of ready to get that going too.
Outside of football and baseball, is there another sport that you could find yourself coaching, and why?
Coaching? Oh, golf.
Golf.
100%.
Okay, why golf?
You just go watch kids play golf all the time. And ride around in a golf cart. What could get any better than that?
It doesn't get better than that. That's good. Last couple for you. What does it mean for you just to be here coaching at Huntsville High School?
It's awesome. I'm glad Coach Southern gave me this opportunity. I came from a couple schools before here, and this is by far one of the best staffs I've been a part of. We are very tight. We like to joke around and have fun with each other, which is a good thing. It's been great coaching these kids, very good kids. Whenever they come down to that field house, it's time for them to work, and they know it. So just being around that, I think, has been awesome, and I've learned a lot from this coaching staff.
Good deal. And my last question for you here, how did you and your wife, Callie, meet?
So we went to high school together. We didn't, date. We just kind of talked to each other my freshman through junior year. And then our senior year, before school started, we kind of started dating, and then we, stayed together. We're about to be married 7 years.
Awesome.
We got 2 kids. One's 4 and one's about to be 8 months.
Wow.
So, she finally gave me a chance, I guess you could say. Most people say I outkicked my coverage, which I'm okay with that.
Little out of your league? Just
a little
bit.
Just
a touch. Let me ask you this. How's the newborn?
She's a newborn. It's not fun. I can tell you that. My wife is a superstar, being with 2 kids every night,
right.
7 days a week almost during football season. So she takes a lot of the stuff away from me, so I don't have to do a whole lot of, I guess, waking up at night. So that's nice. Thank you.
All right, Bo, before we let you go, anybody want to give a shout-out to?
My linebackers, my daughter Blakely, who's watching right now. I'll see you in a little bit. My 8-month-old that probably has no idea what I'm saying. And then everybody else on the coaching staff and everybody else that showed up tonight.
All right, absolutely. Bo, appreciate it. Appreciate you. Now, before we transition to our last break, Coach Parham, I'm going to invite you to come back up here real quick because my mind, it slips every now and then. I'm also running on E at this point. But, the folks here at Chick-fil-A want to thank you guys for everything that you guys do on the coaching staff. So on behalf of Chick-fil-A, here are some wonderful gifts from them. And we thank you guys for everything that you guys do for Huntsville and all our kids here at Huntsville. So y'all give it up for both our coaches here, Coach Parham, Coach Bo. All right, coming up next, president of the Huntsville Hornet Quarterback Club, Casey Kroll. I know you got a lot to talk about because there's a lot of happenings right now in Hornet Nation right now. She joins us next here on the Hornet Nation Coaches Show.
Dale's Auto Sales is supplying the Huntsville community with a growing selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs. They're low-priced, clean, and dependable. Your driving needs have been solved by Dale's Auto Sales and their caring, passionate staff. Dale's Auto Sales is ready to help you choose your next car, truck, or SUV. Moving Huntsville forward for over 52 years. Dale's Auto Sales. It's a better deal at Dale's.
Texpress Urgent Care Clinic in Huntsville would like to help keep your family and friends safe and prevent the spread of viruses. They are a walk-in clinic and offer quick, efficient flu and strep treatment. Texpress Urgent Care Clinic offers a variety of procedures, open 7 days a week. check their website at TexpressUrgentCare.com and visit them on Facebook. That's Texpress Urgent Care Clinic, located at 193 I-45 South, near Bahama Bucks and Buffalo Wild Wings in Huntsville.
Back here on the Hornet Nation Coaches Show, live from Chick-fil-A in Huntsville. I'm Carlos Zimmerman. Joining us now from the Huntsville Hornet Quarterback Club Booster Club is President, El Presidente, or Presidenta. My Spanish isn't great, but it's Casey Kroll. Y'all give it up for Casey. Come on.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. So, Casey, I've been keeping up with you guys on social media. By the way, you can follow them on Facebook. Huntsville Hornet Football, the Buzzy logo, not the football, the Buzzy logo on Facebook. Let's talk about the history shirts that you guys have been that are about to roll back out.
We did so well on the opening game. We sold out of all the history shirts, but we had a lot of requests for us to order more. So what we have done is we have pre-order, thanks to Advantage Specialties. They're going to help us out. You can order your history shirt. We have several ways you can do it. Tonight was one. Kind of missed out on that. But Thursday night at the JV game, you can come up to the stadium, come to our little Spirit Gear store, and you can order there. Adults are 9, students are 6 for the shirts. Pre-order, and as soon as Thursday is the last day to order, as soon as we get the order in, we will put out when they'll be in. You can do that. You can pay in person there, or you can go to PayPal. Please select friends and family when you're paying. In the message, include the sizes and quantities. And payments received without the information will be returned. So make sure you fill out the information. We also have something else. We have a Sport Tech insulated varsity jacket.
Ah, yes, we do. And we have someone in the crowd tonight that's wearing that wonderful jacket here, and I'm going to embarrass her for a second. Stephanie Pitts, if you would mind coming here and standing behind us. You want to model the jacket for us? Come on, you got to show the people. Jordan, grab that camera right there and just and zoom it in on Stephanie here, just so that the folks here.
And Stephanie, I had nothing to do with that. It was all him.
Yeah. And you can come behind us. You can come behind us here.
And y'all, this jacket is awesome.
Yes. Absolutely amazing.
It's Hornet green. Kind of has a throwback to, my era. But Stephanie's wearing it.
Look at that. Sting them on the back.
And they're $65. And they're true to size. So you can still pre-order, same way, do the history shirts. And that sale ends on Thursday as well. So please go look at our Facebook page. You can get all the information on how to order them. We have so much going on.
I know. Booster Club meetings are back at the high school.
Booster Club meetings are back at the high school. They are up in the conference room upstairs. Mm-hmm. If you have not seen that field house, it is amazing. We kind of got lost, because we got turned around ourselves tonight. Oh, yeah. But it is wonderful. It has that brand new smell to it. Ooh. Doesn't smell like a locker room yet.
Oh, give it time.
It will. But right now, Booster Club's working on getting some shirts ready for playoffs. We're working on the concession stands on junior high nights, JV and freshman nights. We need more people to sign up and help out. You do have to have a food handler's license and be 18 or older. You can check out our Facebook page on that. Send a message to myself, Kimberly Taylor, Jacqueline Cawthon, or Jennifer Harrison, and we can tell you how to get your license set up or how to sign up to volunteer on those nights. We're working on banquet, working on senior night. Want to shout out to Game Day Photos.
Yes, DJ.
DJ did an awesome job with us lovely moms on Saturday because, moms are kind of hard to deal with. So out of 25 seniors, we had 12 show up. It was really nice. Yeah. Got to dress up. Our kids weren't sweaty and gross in their jerseys. So thanks, Coach, for letting us use the jerseys in the field. And it's going to look so nice with that new we didn't do it on the scoreboard. We had the nice stadium sign behind us.
A couple people I'm friends with on Facebook posted some of the looks already, and I'm excited to see how those are going to turn out.
So we're working on some new things, and this is a new stadium, new era, new history.
Yeah.
And the Booster Club is growing.
Yeah.
We just need more people. So we have from 7th grade to varsity. Mm-hmm. We're one of the only booster clubs that includes junior high. The junior high has their last Saturday practice on October 28th. So we're going to be working on some stuff, try to do something to include them, a special little something on their last practice.
Good deal, good deal. Again, you can follow the Huntsville Hornet Quarterback Club. Just search Huntsville Hornet Football, the Buzzy logo on Facebook. If you have the football, that's the actual team. The Buzzy logo is the Booster Club's page, and you can find all the information that we just went through on there. Again, The history shirts and the retro jacket, those go offline on Thursday.
Yes.
So get those now. I've already got my history shirt. Retro jacket's a little steep, but,
for class, I mean, that's a stylish jacket. It's going to last a long time.
I think I'm still going to spend the money for it. It just, when Stephanie modeled that perfectly.
I know, right? It's not going to go out of style either.
It's not.
It's really not.
It won't, and it's perfect for the weather that's about to come in. And I should say, it's not steep for all of you. It's steep for me because, I work in radio. So, you know.
I know what you mean.
You know what I meant. You know what I meant. So,
yes.
Casey, as always, I appreciate your time.
Thank you very much.
And absolutely coming here on the show. And I want to let y'all know we honestly got a lot going on in Hornet sports coming up this week. So I'm going to run through all of it right now. Tomorrow night at Paul Bowen Gym, it is senior night for Lady Hornet Volleyball. One of our seniors is in the house tonight, Paige Holland, along with Maddie Elkins and Chelsea Butler. They're taking on Nacogdoches. They get the win tomorrow. When they get the win tomorrow, it's going to be a fun night at Paul Bowen. We want to see y'all pack it out. 4:30 for JV and freshmen, 5:30 for the varsity team. And then, of course, Friday night, the Hornet boys and the football squad, they're heading to Lake Creek. Biggest matchup of the year so far. It's a battle for who very well could win the district this year, folks. Let's just call it for what it is. So that game gets underway. 7:30 p.m. We go on the air at 6:45 p.m. right here on KSAM and on the KSAM YouTube channel. So that'll do it for another Hornet Nation Coaches Show. We had a small but mighty crowd here this evening. We had a lot of folks tuning in on the web stream and on the FM airwaves. We thank you very much for, as always, tuning in. And lastly, on the count of three, let's give a big 1, 2, 3 freak no. We mean business, and we're going to come in and wreck some house on Friday night down in Montgomery. 1, 2, 3.
Sting 'em!
Sting 'em, Hornets. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Have a great rest of your, what day is it? Monday evening. And as always, friends, sting 'em, Hornets, and have a pleasant tomorrow. We'll see you next time here on the Hornet Nation Coaches Show.
Did you know that one of your neighbors just lowered their utility bill? At McGilvery Mechanical, we are experts in providing heating and cooling services on all makes and models. When it comes to replacement, we will help you select the best heating and cooling system for your budget. We will analyze your home to ensure that the right size system is selected for optimum comfort. Let our technicians discuss possibilities to lower your utility bill and save you money. Call McGilvery Mechanical and ask us how to save up to 40% on your utility bill. That's McGilvery Mechanical at 936-291-2640. At McGilvery Mechanical, we care about your comfort.
Slaughter's Diesel Repair in Huntsville, the only name you need for repairs to your Power Stroke, Cummins, or Duramax engine. Our technicians have the expertise and experience to diagnose and repair these powerful and clean-running engines. Whether your diesel truck needs a routine oil change or brake service, or more specialized diesel service or emergency repair, the experts at Slaughter's Diesel Repair are here to help. Call us today at 936-697-5073 to schedule your appointment.
This has been the Huntsville Hornets Coaches Show with head coach Rodney Southern. Brought to you by Chick-fil-A. Hornet pride lives on KSAM.